Gaston is a guy in Disney's Beauty and the Beast who's super into Belle, the smart and beautiful girl in town. His buddy LaFou sticks with him even though Gaston hits him badly sometimes.
Then there's the Beast, who used to be a mean prince but got turned into a beast by a curse. He's also interested in Belle, so he and Gaston end up competing for her attention. Gaston is a strong and good-looking guy who thinks very highly of himself. Everyone in his village loves him, even though they don't realize how self-centered he is. He's full of himself, rude, and thinks men are better than women. He's so sure of himself that he plans a wedding with Belle before even asking her. He also believes he can take on the beast all by himself, and he even tries to provoke the beast into fighting him because he's convinced he can win. Gaston's attitude probably came from his upbringing and the world around him. If he was raised in a family where he was always praised and never to be humble or caring, he might grow up thinking he's better than everyone else. On the other hand, if he had a tough childhood with neglect or abuse, he might act tough to protect himself. The people he hung out with and the ideas society gave him also played a big part. If his friends encouraged being tough and aggressive, he'd probably act that way too. And if he had bad experiences growing up, like failures or being rejected, he might act arrogant to hide his insecurities. So Gaston's attitudes were shaped by his past, his surroundings, and his own personality.
Gaston is a war hero and a captain in the army, known for saving his town from invaders when he was just a teenager. He's really strong and good looking, and he makes sure everyone knows it. He thinks he's better than everyone else and acts really proud, rude, and sexist. Even though Belle keeps turning him down, he won't give up on marrying her and will do anything to make it happen, even if it means being really mean. He acts like he has a big ego and doesn't care about other people's feelings, which are signs of narcissistic personality disorder. Gaston grew up in a wealthy family where he was probably praised for his looks and strength, but he likely didn't have any siblings. He's the big shot in his village, and everyone either admires him or is scared of him. His personality, like being self-centered and competitive, probably comes from how he was raised and the people he was around when he was young. He thinks being tough and good-looking is really important because that's what he was taught. Gaston doesn't care about other people's feelings and only cares about himself. He wants to be in charge and marry Belle because he sees her as a prize, not as a person. Even though he acts tough, he's actually really insecure, especially when Belle doesn't like him back. So his behavior is driven by a mix of wanting power, insecure, and not caring about others.
Gaston's behavior can be understood through several psychological theories. According to Kernberg, his narcissism might have developed from feeling unloved as a child and creating a big idealized version of himself to cope. Kohut believed that if parents did not give enough positive attention, a child's self-centeredness could get stuck, leading to narcissism. Social learning theory says Gaston learned his attitudes and actions from his environment and the people around him. Trait theories suggest his personality traits like narcissism and aggression shape his behavior. Behavioral theory says Gaston acts the way he does because he gets praise for it by the villagers. Psychoanalytic theory says Gaston's actions are driven by primitive desires and a weak sense of right and wrong. Village Square of Villeneuve. Gaston, the charismatic war hero, strides through the square, his chest puffed out with pride. LeFou, his loyal companion, follows close behind. What a splendid day it is in Villeneuve! The sun shines bright, and the people, they adore me. Indeed, Gaston, you are the talk of the town. As Gaston revels in the adulation of the villagers, his eyes catch sight of Belle, the enchanting beauty, engrossed in a book by the fountain. Ah, Belle, the loveliest rose in our garden, watch and learn, LeFou, for Gaston shall win her heart.
Gaston strides over to Belle, oozing charm and confidence.
Good day, my dear Belle. Care to join me for a stroll through our fair village?
I'm sorry, Gaston, but I have other plans, perhaps another time. Fearless, Gaston's grin widens as he turns to LeFou, his mind already plotting his next move.
She's playing hard to get, LeFou, but fear not, for Gaston never backs down from a challenge.
As the day progresses, Gaston's diminutions marry to quiet contemplation as he retreats to his pretentious way.
In the solitude of his grand home, Gaston grapples with the complexities of his own sight. Raised in a world where adoration and entitlement were a norm, Gaston's ego soared to towering heights, shielded from the harsh realities of humanity and empathy. In Gaston's study, shelves lined with trophy and honor serve as a testament to his mastery, but beneath the surface, cracks begin to form.
Why does she resist me? Am I not the epitome of perfection?
In a moment of vulnerability, Gaston's facade begins to crumble, revealing the fragile ego that lies beneath. Gaston's relentless pursuit of Belle stems not only from a desire for conquest but also from a deep-seated insecurity, a fear of rejection that worries his soul. As night falls, Gaston sits alone in a dimly lit study, haunted by the echoes of his own doubts.
Perhaps I'm not the hero I thought myself to be. Perhaps I am nothing but a hollow shell.
Fade to black as Gaston's silhouette is swallowed by the darkness. A solitary figure grappling with the complexities of his own sight. And so, the tale of Gaston unfolds a story of triumph and turmoil, of love and longing, and of the relentless pursuit of one's own truth.